So now it's difficult, I have to introduce myself. I can't say it's a pleasure to introduce me. I'm from the Austrian Academy of Sciences. Our department, Codicology and Paleography, is part of the Institute for Medieval Research there. Our department is concerned with medieval manuscripts in Austria, with cataloging and scientific classification, and my focus is the one on the paper and the analysis of the watermarks. Could I start the presentation? Okay. Just to see the title, we are working on testing a new system for imaging watermarks. So perhaps you know our database, WZMA, Watermarks of the Middle Ages. At the moment you can search 21,000 watermarks, mainly of manuscripts of Austria. And you find images of the watermarks of different quality. On the left you see Petroradiography, in the middle the old-fashioned rubbing, and on the right side digital photography. Perhaps you've never seen how Petroradiography is working. We have on the left side an active sheet, on the right side of the leaf of paper an X-ray film, and you have to close the manuscript and leave it in the dark room for the exposure time of about 2 or 3 hours. I think it's the best method we know to get real good images of the watermarks and also to go within the binding. If you have small manuscripts, the paper is folded and you don't see the whole watermark. It's the best method, but there's always a but. Of course, it's expensive. The radioactive sheets are about 7,000 euros at the moment, but of course you have them forever. But an X-ray film is about 4 to 5 euros. And also the regulations for working with active material get stricter and stricter. But my biggest problem is that the hospitals are changing to digital X-raying. So I have no possibility to develop my films because I always went to a hospital. They have the machinery and the chemicals. So I have to look for other methods to image my watermarks. So I use the old rubbings. You know, it's easy. You always only need a slim light, a thin paper, and a smooth pencil, and you get a one-to-one image of the watermark, and it's clear without any writing on it. So I like it very much. And I'll also use sometimes digital photography. The problem is if there's writing on it, you can see the watermark in a clear form. So I use it for paper without writing or for paper which is glued to the cover as paste down because there I can't use a slim light or also rubbing is not working. But I'm always looking for new methods how we can image our watermarks. So one of the best methods is thermography. It's used, for example, by the state libraries in Munich or Berlin. You see, it's a very complex system, also not really cheap. It's about, I think, 100,000 euros. And our problem is it's a system which is not easy movable because our institute has to go to the special collections, to the monasteries, to private collections to work there. So I need something which I can pack together in my car within several minutes. But of course, you get very good images. In a similar way is working the infrared photography, near infrared. It's the principle that iron gall ink gets nearly invisible with this method. That's a construction of Manfred Meyer at a special collection at the University of Graz, but it's also not movable. But I know Manfred very well, and so I asked him, couldn't you make a movable system? I think about our transportable digitization units, perhaps we could combine these things. And he said, yes, good idea, but the problem is the light source. The normal slim light isn't working. We would need an old-fashioned optic light sheet. And I said, okay, no problem, we have one of these old-fashioned things. And so we started to work, and the result is the WZGFS TCC S42328DW. It's made, so to say, 1 out of 3. It's a combination of something old, something new, and something borrowed. So one part is the traveler's copy stand. As I said, we had to have to travel to the special collections, also to digitize the manuscripts. And this copy stand is movable, and it was developed for this purpose. Sensitive material like manuscripts can be digitized in an easy way, and you can handle it in the right way because you have the book cradle, and also the lights are not heating. And you can pack it together, fold it, and transport it in a suitcase in the car. You need only a few minutes to fold it down. Second part is the fiber optic light sheet. Perhaps you know it from former times. In the 70s, 80s, they were very famous. For conservators used it, but also for watermark research. Nowadays we use the slim light, but I'm sure in a lot of libraries we will find these old gadgets, and you can use it. It works with glass fibers forming the sheet, and they're sending the light from a halogen light bulb, and this light bulb provides the needed infrared radiation. The third part is an IR-sensitive digital camera, and at our copy stand we only change the cameras. That's very easy, and it's a small camera, about 5 centimeters in the square. And the copy stand is also equipped with a laser unit, so the images all have the same scale, and afterwards the image processing can be done in batch modus, for example, to scale them to one-to-one images. At the moment we are in a testing phase. I can show you some results. I can also say it doesn't work for all manuscripts. Some inks don't get invisible. So I think the future is to combine several methods to get the best images. I will try to answer questions if there are any, but I'm not the engineer. I'm only the user. But you can contact Manfred Meyer. He's a very nice guy. And he's always happy if he can help with constructing something new. And so I hope we will get good watermarks with this new system. Thank you very much.